Welcome back to Uzaki-Chen anime review, episode number 2. This one discussing the third episode of the series. Yep, which is called "The Asai Family Wants to Look Out for Us." Yep. Now, this episode has debut of one new character to the cast. The daughter of the owner of the cat cafe. Though the thing is, there's no credit basically who does her voice. I mean, it sounds a bit like Lucid Christian. It could be that could be her, but I don't know. They haven't really confirmed it at all. But yeah, now this episode is adapted from chapters 7 through 10. Yes, this one adapts from 4 chapters, and from what I can tell, they don't. The biggest change they made is what they adapted from chapter 7, mainly Uzaki Hana's outfit. Yes, they changed her outfit for this one and another one. Now, first, basically oogling over Sichi, the male lead of the series, though he's not the main character. Hana is. Where you see him just catch a couple ladies who call him handsome. She, of course, is watching this. Her father's like, you do have work to do. Stop staring. Yep. Kashima, of course, asks how tall he is. He's basically 5'11". And less than a couple minutes later, Hana shows up. Yep. Now, this actually is a change. Yes. Not her appearance. No. Well, not what she says. No. Basically, her outfit changed. Yes. They changed her attire for this one. Yes. They basically put the typical one they usually see in the covers in the manga. That's what she wears in the scene. They also did the same thing with the following skit they had, the following one where they changed her outfit again to a complete different attire. Unknown why they swapped outfits for, it's kind of weird, the fact they did, but okay. Yeah, the outfit she wears is, well, the outfit she wears when you think of her, like, for the manga. Yeah. Okay, her outfit is simply put. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is her typical outfit she wears when you think of her when it comes to the logo of the series. Yeah, she wears this outfit beginning of the episode, though she doesn't wear this outfit after the opening, like, skit. No, she really doesn't. Don't know why, but she just doesn't. Though, mainly there she just basically says high five to the master, which I think they changed to mentioning Mr. Ami. Mr. Mia. Yeah, and of course Ami's basically watching all this. Of course, they juice her. Then of course has a glass of water. She talks to her for a bit, and of course runs out of water. She's there just to chop up originally just the game he borrowed from him, what she beat. He's like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take it back quickly and put this away. That's what he says. And then he comes back out. What he notices that her water's gonna be bring her a pitcher of water. And then they kind of slip, and, well, water falls on him and her. Now, surprisingly, she did not get sick from this. He does. He gets a cold. And they did make a couple small changes here. Like, Hannah basically finding out where he lived. That's so there. Once again, they do have a couple small changes here. For one, she's wearing completely different attire. I mean, it looks like she's wearing a yellow sweater and a skirt, instead of the shorts she's not wearing. Yeah, in the manga, she actually wears her cover look. In the anime, it's simply like a yellow sweater and her skirt. She goes shopping for him, give him some food, and mostly proceeds the same. They do add something here where you see him like when he falls over because he's so sleepy, because they can't physically move to go see the doctor. You see her actually catching him. In the manga, you don't really see it at all. Though they do have it later where she kind of washes his back, also brushes his front as well. Now, they also add in here that he is blushing. at the fact that Hannah is having her chest rub up against his. But at least she's not completely naked, because normally when you see stuff like this, usually, and this is the usual thing when it comes to anime, usually when you see a woman washing a guy's back, it's usually in the bath, and they're both naked. That's the usual thing that I've seen when it comes to anime. This she just washing. Of course, she's kind of embarrassed to wash his front, and then of course, well, then they go out for a barbecue later next day. Well, as basically a response to having basically just yeah. So they celebrate. Of course, she goes. Of course, they change her outfit. From what I could tell, I think it's from what I could tell the same outfit per se. With this time, unlike the first two, they kind of swapped outfits for some reason. And of course, well, Ami and her father are there. They're there basically celebrating the fact he recovered from a cold, of all things. Yes, a cold. U.S. basically recovering from cold is like nothing. Apparently, in Japan, it's a big celebration. And of course, Hannah doesn't like the fact that he addresses Ami by her first name, even though he never addresses her by her first name. And he later admits the reason why he does, because he's kind of embarrassed to address a girl by her first name. So later on, she tries to hypnotize him. The reason why she did is because she was actually angry at him, and she points out to him that she has known him longer than Ami has. And eventually, he kind of starts calling her by her first name, and he goes through a hypnotism thing. And the episode ends with them basically at the cafe that he works at, where it's like, oh, I wasn't hypnotized. Yeah, you were. Mostly put, this was a good episode. Aside from the outfit changes, it's pretty faithful to what they did for the manga. It is interesting, though, they adapted 4 chapters this time instead of 3. Which is interesting to say the least. Yep. Now, I did hear something quite interesting, though. Like, it was announced today, because apparently in Japan, they've already finished airing the season. They announced that this series will renew for season 2. Awesome! That's great! Because this is a great anime. Why just let's let this slide? Yeah. Great on the part of the studio who makes the series to basically greenlit second season, which is good. Yeah, great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I personally can't wait for season 2 whenever it does. Now, in the case of how many episodes will be dubbed right now, I mean, it's over in Japan. There's roughly 9 episodes that to be dubbed, and that's it. How far the anime will go adapting the manga, I don't know. It could be as far as just chapter 30. But we're only at chapter 10. Yes, 10 out of 56. Yeah, as far as I can tell, chapter 56, which came out roughly last week. Yeah, last week it was. And that was the most recent chapter that came out. Yeah, apparently I think this comes like once every couple weeks, I think so. That's what it seems like. Yeah, but otherwise, not much else to say about this. Good. Okay, so that's it for singular view. Now, that's also pretty much it for video slam because I am going to go back to Naruto, but I want people to review the current arc. I'm actually almost done with, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm actually almost done with the current arc. Yep. The current arc has currently... Well, I'm at 94 right now, so... It's more like about 6-7 episodes left, so I'll probably cap it up tomorrow. Yes. As for if there's going to be a new episode for Case Closed tomorrow, yeah, I think there will be. So expect a review for Naruto, Case Closed, a Freezing review, yes, a review for Freezing. I mean, discussing the Valkyrie Induction arc, yes, I'll be discussing that. So I think overall tomorrow I'll probably have about 3, maybe 4 videos because it might be I might be doing another Naruto video because next one's just gonna cover about 6 episodes of series before I get to Sasuke Chivo arc. Okay, so until you see the next video, which probably tomorrow. Okay, bye.